wonder if the guards drop anything cool.
It's all the same shit the Coldane drop, but I know they don't drop Coldane heads.
I was gonna say Coldane heads wouldn't be bad. I mean, some of the guards are relatively low.
We're gonna see if you aggroed anything.
That's what I was watching for.
I could have sworn the Paw of Apollo had a different graphic than that on live. Yeah, I think it did look different on live. I don't think it looked like that.
Didn't look like an idol.
No, I don't think so. I might have to look into that.
What's your buffs, by the way?
Just strength of the Kunzar unless you're shielding.
So, what time of day do you think you're gonna be able to show?
Oh, on Monday?
15th, yeah.
Probably before noon if I can do it. I'm
Okay.
gonna try to clear up my work schedule. There shouldn't be anything going on now, though. I went and okay, I do have maintenance this weekend, but other than that, there's nothing else going on. Sheep Blaster is such a silly name. Sheep Blaster.
Could have been worse. Could have been, sheep finger banger or something.
Oh, you know that dude Flickin' the Bean? He got his name changed. I was reading his post, and he got his name changed. He was bitching about it because I guess his little girl made it up, and then somebody's like, "Dude, do you know what that's slang for?" It's like you should talk to your kid. He said he didn't, but was like, I don't know. So he's changing his surname to something else. I didn't turn him in or anything, but it was kind of amusing because
The Bickus.
Flicking the Bickus.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it is Gianit o'clock.
See. Flickum Bickus is Harry Dresden's way of starting fires. Small fires. He's sort of pissed off his master because he's having a real hard time, starting little fires. And he snuck in a Bic lighter and faked it. And his master was not very happy. So Dresden was like, okay. And he pulled that one out of his ass and it started the fire. He's like, the master laughed. He's like, Flick a Bickus, really? And he's like, yeah, it works. Because I know it works. Okay, that's fair.
I remember he said in like the first book that evocation was like his weakest school.
It's his strongest school.
I thought he said it was his weakest school. He was more of like an alteration type.
Blowing shit up has always been his best skill.
Has it? Yeah. I kind of remembered it being the opposite. It's been a while since I read the books, though.
His master sent a outsider after him, and he successfully blowed it up. Using an entire gas station, mind you, but still.
I do remember, wasn't that like the second book or something?
Yeah, you get a little bit of history. I want to say it was like the third or fourth book.
Because I only read up to like the fourth book. I need to read the rest of them. The last part I left it off was he went on this talk show about wizards, and this vampire showed up and threatened him at the talk show.
Yeah. That's
That
when his girlfriend ended up being a half vampire. That was a rough book.
I didn't finish the whole book, so.
Oh, sorry.
But yeah, I figured that's
Sure
something
that's
like
like
that.
halfway through. Because he went to the party. Did you get to that point?
No,
I guess that was near the end of the book. Oh well.
I have them on the shelf. Megan's read a bunch of them. I should probably go through and read them, but I haven't. I haven't read anything for fun in a while.
If you want, when you get over here, we can just load all of them onto your computer.
Oh, you got all of them?
All of them on audiobook, yep.
Oh, nice.
And they're read by Spike.
Oh yeah, James Marsters. Yeah.
And he just, well, they wanted to get him, but they didn't think they would. And then when he actually came to them and asked, "Hey, can I read this book for you?"
That's just like serendipity right there.
He's a huge Dresden fan. I actually, if I ever just sit down and read through the books, I hear his voice. As far as I'm concerned, he is Dresden's voice. So.
I did watch the latest episode of The Acolyte, and it was not great.
Well, apparently the Nielsen numbers finally came out.
Oh, was it fucking awful?
It's slightly better than Andor, which was the lowest watched show for Star Wars.
Really, Andor? Andor's good.
It was good. That was the problem.
That was the problem. It was.
Most of the fan base has given up. That and the first 2 episodes weren't all that great. Apparently, it hits its stride on the 3rd episode.
I watched all Andor. It was fine. It does take a little bit of setup after the first one, but it was fine. I enjoyed it. There are elements of the Acolyte I do like, but it's had like they had like a really short episode with the 6th one. It was only like 22 minutes. And the 3rd one was just awful. And then the 7th one was a recapping of the 3rd one from a different perspective, like Rashomon style. But it was not good. It just was cringe. There were elements of it, I guess, that were kind of interesting, but it just wasn't very good. So I'm wondering how they're going to wrap it up. I think it would have been better if they had done a 12-episode season and kind of like, I don't know. I don't get how they couldn't afford that fucking television.
And $80 million to make the first season.
Maybe they do need to fire a whole bunch of these people. This is costing like way too much to make these fucking shows. It's fucking ridiculous. That is a crazy amount. And that's making movies an amount of money.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that was part of the point. I was like, you could. I think it. Well, The Force Awakens cost quite a bit. When you actually do the math, the Disney Star Wars movies didn't make money.
I thought Force Awakens did make some money. It was the other ones that didn't make any money.
No, because when you calculate in the the cost of the movie, just the straight cost, with their advertisement, and they went hard on advertisement. And then when you factor in the box office, the movie theaters take about 50%. Once you put all that wonderfulness together, it maybe made a couple like $100 million, maybe. But when you're spending $1 billion, $100 million does not seem like a profit. And Disney has been they're like, oh, we'll make it back in toy sales, and going through all these Star Wars was making like almost $4 billion a year um, on toy sales and other related products.
Now, who wants to
It was a large
wants to buy a bunch of toys for people that they barely established in the new movies?
amount. Like, they could have easily done a nice torch handoff. Though I want to say the biggest cinematic mistake of our lifetime was not putting all of the main characters in the same shot.
Yeah. I mean, they even pulled that off with Star Trek Picard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a huge missed opportunity.
That's really big. I mean, like, I am at this point 100% sure Kathleen Kennedy hated everything that Lucas made and has been systematically destroyed. On purpose.
On purpose.
I think it's on purpose at this point. You can't fail that hard on that many subjects with built-in fan bases unless you're actively trying to destroy something.
Maybe she thinks she's some kind of like visionary and has an ideology, because people who are really balls deep in an ideology are pretty resistant to both criticism and change and self-reflection. Could be that, but even that seems a little far-fetched, because
well, she's been actively doing it, because she like Mandalorian was good, right? At least the first 2 seasons were amazing.
Yeah, they're really good.
During those first 2 seasons, they had thrown a hey, make movies on the Blood and Bone or Bone something, like some book series that was really like female forward, and that's what she was throwing all of her effort into. And the director pretty much had a free hand on what he wanted to do with the show. And when he brought Luke back in an extremely strong position, she fucking fired everybody. Because the Disney was like pulled the rug out from under her and said, "No, you should focus on your actual stuff that you're in charge of, not this random show that we told you to start making." So she fired Gina. I'm pretty sure, fired the director, even though he has contracts. So his company's probably gonna still help out with some stuff. But once he's done, he's done. Haven't seen him at all on anything. They've been very careful not to mention his name. She fucking flipped a bitch.
That is really weird.
And he was making good Star Wars. It felt like Star Wars. It looked like Star Wars. You sort of like had hope that they're like, well, maybe they can course correct and actually like do a little time shifting because of the Veil of the Force or whatever. You can fix things. But nope. So I'm pretty sure it's on purpose at this point. Because even she could have closed an eyes and thrown a dart and actually maybe got a hit somewhere. What was it? 23 different supposed movies or TV shows that were supposed to come out in Star Wars. And they still haven't said they were canceled. They're still in process, but they've all been canceled.
I know they said they're slowing down on greenlighting a ton of stuff, which,
Well,
if
yeah,
you,
and Bob Iger also said that he was gonna try to slow down and quiet down the political rhetoric. How's that going?
Yeah, that's not going too well. That seems to be all they're doing.
Yep.
Let's see. I did not do any timers or anything. Let's see if I can set something up.
In Bob's defense, that was overheard, though. He could have just been straight up lying to the person he was talking to.
Yeah. It just blows my mind that there was so much potential goodwill when it comes to Star Wars, and they could have made everything. Doesn't necessarily need to be a hit all the time, but they
Understand, if you don't like exactly what they're doing, you are a bigot and a fascist. Dated by Lucasfilm.
That's a wonderful shield to shield yourself with. Is if you don't like what we want, you're
a toxic misogynist.
It could be that your shit is just not good.
Yep.
It's not bad, and they're like the Book of Boba Fett. I thought it was okay from a gangster movie perspective. It wasn't great, but it was all right. Obi-Wan was kind of not good, but it was
Boba Fett by itself was not bad. Like, I was interested. I was a little sad that they like blew up the one thing I was really interested in. The one cantina or whatever. I liked the people that were in there, and I thought it was a really cool setup. And I liked the whole can I clean your helmet, and you have a whole bunch of money in it when you leave. I'm like, and the wife was totally down with the leader. Then they blew it up randomly. I'm like, so you're getting rid of the one thing that the fans actually seem to like. Okay, well, we'll bypass that. And then they decided to throw the Mandalorian in there and showed you what it could have been. After that, I wasn't much of a fan. Because it was like, okay, this is sort of what I expect Boba Fett to be. Here's your guys' bar. You're definitely way under it. And the actual actor that was Boba Fett was like, yeah, they ruined my show because they put the Mandalorian in it.
Yeah, that is kind of a slap in the face where they made the Mandalorian more Boba Fetty than Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That scene, alright, the scene where he's getting on the plane, he has to like fucking check all his weapon luggage. That was fucking hilarious. I fucking thought that scene was great because he had to use like public transport because his ship got blown up. People were like, "Oh, that's really silly in this show." I was like, "That shit was fucking funny."
Yeah. Well, that and they used Boba Fett as a transport to force Grogu back into the Mandalorian storyline.
And that was a bad move. They should have just finished up the Grogu part and come up with a new. They could have done the whole refounding of Mandalore without Grogu. They could have done like he didn't necessarily have to be in this story.
Yep.
And they
cut out Lizzo and Jack Black, or leave Jack Black. I enjoyed his character, but Lizzo had no reason to be there as a Mandalorian.
Yeah, the whole thing that she's redeeming Jack Black's character because he was a fucking like droid engineer for the Empire, and it's like, oh really? All the droids? You mean all them fucking torture droids? He engineered all those? Yeah, that'd make you a big huge piece of shit. That's like, Operation Paperclip Nazi style, but yeah. I'm sure God damn it. Yeah, there's my timer's off. Alright, we're gonna have to.
Okay. Actually, I want to back up now.
Okay.
Okay. I'm crowd control.
That's good because I don't have anything like that.
Well, sure you do. You have nets.
Yeah, I do have some nets.
Oh, God. This one just won't stay down.
Let me know if I do need to net it. Yeah, Ahsoka could have been good. There are elements of it that were decent. I think the plot was a little too ham-fisted,
Mm-hmm.
and what they did with Ezra was a little weird.
You
Um,
thought so too? I thought that was really strange. Like the entire setup for Ezra was really weird.
it was weird, and they didn't explain like what were they doing this whole time. Who was Thrawn fighting out in the galaxy over there? Because everyone wanted to escape because of something was happening. As like, okay, what was
Like
going on?
anything that used on Vong that they swore they'd never touch.
They probably should use on Bong a bit much.
It's
They were
true.
they
They
were a
are.
bit much for the EU. I mean, I know they have in the current canon they have the Nihil and the Way of the in the Pact of the Open Hand,
Mm-hmm.
but even those are kind of a bit much. Like the Nihil are kind of fucking out there. So I'm not a big fan of some of these guys that are like have like Deus Ex world bending Machina powers. It's kind
Mm-hmm.
of a really fucking big cop out.
Thought it was funny. They called a lot of the online people are calling the one Sith guy many. The power of many. Darth full frontal.
He's actually one of the only characters that I kind of like in the show. I thought Jackie was
Well,
okay because the
he's by
pet,
far the best actor.
yeah. Even the guy that's playing, they keep calling him Squid Game guy. The guy that's playing Soul, he was all right. Everybody else is just terrible.
Mm.
Um, I always find the Padawans kind of interesting because they're the ones that are still closer to like human instead of being like fully brainwashed into the whole like Jedi ideology. Like you start, it's like
Oh, wait. So you're saying they're all two-dimensional characters?
kind of, but even you think about in the military, you get guys that are like
Mm-hmm.
staff NCOs and shit, and officers, and for the most part, they're all gonna. Oh, there's my named. All right. Do we have enough mana for the named?
I'm currently at about 20%. So your call.
Well, we'll give it a minute.
Let's look it up a bit. All right. Man, I
So,
wish I had C. So, did you watch Marie, whatever the press secretary for the White House is, her last couple of interviews?
no, I haven't.
Oh,
I
dude,
haven't
it's
following up on any of that shit.
normally her like allied reporters that she always asks questions from are all pissed and want answers.
Oh, about Joe Biden
Uh,
being kind of a space cadet.
yeah, that and apparently a Parkinson specialist, which is public record, has visited the White House over 10 times this year.
Really, 10 times, huh?
10 times.
Eh.
and and she's like, no, we have to keep all the specialist names anonymous. And they're like, but it's public record, like literally public record. I can Google it. Please answer our questions, please. And she's like, I already did. I said he gets a mental health check every year. All the normal like Fox News and all of them, they're just sitting back. They're not asking questions. They're leaving it for the CNN reporting and MSNBC guys that apparently are like stark raving mad right now. So I'm up to almost 50%. So
Okay. I'm gonna redo these buffs. And I'll pull them.
cool. Free buffs are good. Does any of the buffs that you can do add hit points?
No.
Too bad. Those you can keep casting.
Yeah, sadly, Warriors don't have something like that. Otherwise, I would do that over and over again.
Hmm.
God damn it, stupid corner.
It's the low hanging ceiling. Nah, focus gem. Come on, diamond. Excuse me. We had when I was with Ash, I was just like, yeah, just go ahead and loot until we get a name. We had 4 or 5, probably about 4.5 full lines without a name popping up.
Damn.
Yeah. Then he got his name, he got his gem, and then I'm like, okay, cool, I can loot now. I looted like 3 times, and then another name showed up. I'm like, okay, it's all you. We got him like 3 gems before I'm like, well, the last one at the first spawn turned into a named as we were, coming back down, and I'm like, let's finish this guy off. I want to get some caffeine. He was about to make food, so I guess your buddy in Texas still doesn't have power from the
They
hurricane.
lost power again.
Yeah.
Ah, jeez. I tried to ask Megan if she had to move to a southern state, and that was her kind of only choice, which one she would prefer, and she could not answer the question. She said flat out, she'd have to super research it, but none of them seem appealing. I was like, yeah, I can kind of get some of that.
Pre-COVID, Florida wouldn't have been so bad. Kat says hi, Johnson.
Why? Because I'm talking about shithole states?
No.
Oh, she just says hi?
Yeah.
Oh, well, tell her I said hi.
He says hi back.
I don't get what this draft thing is they're talking about in Guild. I know it's like something they do periodically for something. Maybe it's... No, it's for raid content. I know they said they were working on people's epics. I wonder if it's the draft is doing something people want to do, or a person wants to do for themselves or something. But I don't know. I'm still a ways off from that. Not incredibly far off, but no, ways off. I wasn't gonna start really working on my epic till 52.
Oh, there's so many things that I would like to start. Like the ring quest would be pretty cool. The shawl quest would be pretty cool. I've been picking up a whole bunch of crystal stuff for the shawl quest, and maybe starting on my enchanter epic wouldn't be horrible. At least the stuff that
Yeah, so you knock out yourself. That's what I was planning on doing with my epic, because there's a surprising amount of stuff I can knock out myself. I could,
or at least in a group.
The first few days of this, I could just buy the fucking red dragon scales. But the same problem I had on blue is that the green dragon scales are fucking expensive because they only drop off of one fucking dragon. Whereas the red drop off 4 or something. Those are the big ones. The Spyrock Wingblade is annoying, but you can kind of do that if you do Sky. The blade off of the Sarnak Queen is doable. It's also multi-questable. Supposedly the MQ is only 4K. I think there actually is a ball of golem or some shit that comes out of Fear. I'll have to check. That's kind of it. All the rest of it I can pretty much do myself. One of them is just a fucking money thing. You get the hilt, and then you have to just throw gems in it, and then you just got to buy the gems. Oh, gem collector.
Nice.
How's your mana?
50. Glad you're a machine. That's all I'm saying.
All right. What kind of cool shit did you get? Oh, okay.
Yeah, not bad.
I did go on the website for Lineage and signed up and registered and everything for like DKP and shit. So
You already got your bag together?
no, I've got elements of it, but no. You got to get like, what is it, J boots? I don't have J boots. Not have a Quillmane cloak. I could definitely get a Ring of Shadows. Seems redundant with the breastplate, but I could still do it.
They're pretty cheap now.
Yeah, it's like 150 plat.
Yeah.
I could just do it to check the box. I could go camp an idol to get the bonus DKP. There's a number of ways to get bonus DKP. It's like farming up Velios gems for armor, getting idols together, like a whole bunch of shit like that. It's like, yeah, you can just work your way into some DKP. It's not like a lot, but over time, it can definitely be a lot. The fact that they have to incentivize like being raid ready is kind of funny, but then again, playing World of Warcraft with Order of the Jackalope was like, okay, no, I kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
You got people who didn't have anything ready to go at all.
Sort of felt bad about the poor warlocks that had to like have their entire inventory full of soul stones before you even got to start on the raid.
Yep.
Oh, are they actually doing the draft right now?
I have no idea. I don't know what the conditions are. I don't know what. I know that this period of the draft is going to focus on people getting their epics, and some people were complaining because they're ahead of their epics. And so like, oh, the only upgrades are for NTOV, so we should do NTOV, and it's like, dog, not everybody is you. Like, some people may want their epics for a wide variety of reasons. The Paladin epic is also considered one of the weakest epics. It and the Shadow Knight epic get replaced in Velios. The Warrior epic sort of gets replaced. Sort of. There are parts of it that are still good, like the one of the offhand swords is pretty good. I guess I'm not killing these all that fast.
Why do we have a respawn?
We're going to here in a minute.
Well, we're done. I'm at the bottom.
I know, I'm right behind you.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was thinking about pulling extra shit. It's like, we kind of don't have time. There we go. Wouldn't that be rad if you had a superpower that was like, I summon beer? That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's called having a girlfriend or a wife.
Wow.
As long as you have it stocked in the house, anyway.
So what's your wisdom up to now?
206.
All right.
Mm.
So we just got to get you... Is there to what, a back slot?
Yeah, back slot.
Well, maybe we can get another Cloak of the Rigor Oracles.
Hey.
I was trying to get a Mammoth Cloak or a Molten Cloak, but it hasn't shown up on the thing in a while.
Mm.
That dude never did call me about my car.
Wow, Random House just bought Boom Studios.
The comic book company?
Yeah,
Okay.
Random House now owns Boom. Interesting.
Well, hopefully they're decent.
Well, Random House has come out with some quality stuff, so
Has it? Okay.
yeah.
Boom sometimes is hit or miss to me. Sometimes it's like, oh, they're really good.
I don't know about Boom at all.
Boom did a lot of 40K comics, and they did a lot of Warhammer Fantasy stuff. They did a few different things, and they were okay. I'm barely fucking tapping this guy. Oh, now he's running up. That's not good. Oh, that guy hasn't spawned yet.
Well, Penguin Random House is what published Dresden and stuff.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I also think they did Wheel of Time.
A comic book?
No. The original books.
The original books.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go refill my water bottle right quick.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'm sure event. Oh, you're getting something to drink.
Oh, this is going to take longer than I thought. I got to use the John right quick, so I will be right back.
All right, cool.
Oh, there is. Who else is in the zone? Well,
A level 60 warlock.
oh, don't let them steal our shit.
Yeah, I won't.
Alright. I am back. Anything weird happen?
Nope. My mana filled. So knock yourself out. I rebuffed you. Tremor anyway.
So this is why I wouldn't make a great streamer. My stream would be fucking boring. I'd be taking a lot of breaks. Not fucking Castle Entrance as a healer breaks, but periodic.
You take that long of breaks, dude. You usually are pretty hardcore for an extended period of time. And worst comes to worst, you just take your headphones into the bathroom with you and talk to people while you're in the middle of stuff.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
But you could.
I could.
You just make sure your microphone's... Oh, God. That's a harsh burn for you, Johnson.
Oh,
you
what?
Ready for it?
Sure, go for it.
You listen to the entire audio book of Dresden by the time you're done with your shower.
Oh, yeah, pretty much.
You said all of them, but that's a little ludicrous. Well, you could set up speakers in your bathroom and then just start playing it while you're showering. You don't even have to listen to it anywhere else.
I do have speakers in my bathroom that I could Bluetooth to play audiobooks if I wanted to.
Nice.
I do have that set up.
We have a plan. I have them set to be MP3s, by the way, so you should be able to listen to them on pretty much anything. I swear it's easier to have your mana bar, like, full, or, like, on the top end. It seems to regen faster than at the bottom end.
I've noticed that, too. It makes me wonder if there's some kind of weird cumulative percentage bonus or something, but I don't think there is. But I don't know. It's just fucking weird. Notice that. It does take a long time to fucking just hit these bitches. It does do a fuckload of damage, though.
Yeah, you're hitting. Like, you have 130, like, non-crit.
Yeah. Well, I'm a hardcore barbarian, and this is a pretty good weapon. The only other weapon I'd probably try to get, if I had the money for it, is Reaver. It's a 40-40.
I'm a little curious what your crippling blows with that thing's gonna be.
You're just gonna let my health go down and see what happens.
What's the percentage again?
Below 35, I think.
35. Okay, so like halfway through your second red bubble.
I don't know.
Well, first bubble's 20%, the second bubble's 40%. So 35 will be about halfway through that bubble, a little more, but. I can't wait for 39 though, dude. You have no idea. Just wait for the first time I see a crippling blow, I know to start casting.
Well, 50 is a big one for me. A bunch of my shit works, and I can proc all the weird weapons. Still working on getting that Cobalt Breastplate, and I'm halfway there. because whoa, oh, we're halfway there.
Well, that's what Ash was talking about. He's like, dude, if we hang out here for too long, I'm gonna be able to get me a funky tunic. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that'd be fucking sweet.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's just a wonderful thing to have.
Yeah, it is.
Want to level any other characters or even
It's
just
the
in general to swap it out. Like,
This
I
is
don't
a
know
gift that
anything.
keeps on giving. You can loan it to your buddies, even if you want to. Be like, all right, dog, you're gonna wear this for a bit while we're PLing you or some shit. At least buddies where you knew you could drive to their house and knock on the door and be like, "Give me my fucking fungi tunic back."
Yeah, I thought that was the general idea that we use the Eve logic. As long as I can drive over to their house and kick them in the balls, it's more than happy to use whatever, dude.
Yeah, people get a lot more respectful.
Mm. Well, that's one of the things Tyson said. He's like, I think a lot more people need to worry about getting punched in the face nowadays.
Yeah.
I think Logan Paul had so much shit thrown at him after he backed out of the Tyson fight. I think it might be back on.
That would be something to see.
Yeah, I won't pay money to see that bullshit, even if it does only last 30 seconds.
That'll be a great 30 seconds. The most money I've ever made in a prize fight was when Mike Tyson had just come out of, I think it was his second prison stint. Mm-hmm. And I betted against him, and everyone betted for him, and it was one against, I forget who he was fighting, but he lost. Oh, man, I made so much money. Sports betting was, really a big thing in the Marine Corps. It's fucking illegal, and you're not, named. How's your mana?
When you're 100%.
Sweet. It's illegal. It's technically sort of a violation of the USCMJ under Article 134 for, fucking, ooh.
Yeah, because the Navy and the Army never bet on their football games.
But, yeah, nobody fucking turns each other in for any of that shit. In fact, you're kind of, people are like, what? You don't bet on shit? It's like, you're a fucking weirdo. Because everybody takes their sports really seriously in the military.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And there's rivalries that will even persist past boot camp. Oh, yeah, I'm from Texas A&M, and that guy's from Ole Miss, so he's a piece of shit. It's like, okay.
Okay, so what is Tremor? I think it's an
AoE. Oh, bam! Oh, shit, am I out of room? I'm not out of room for this. This shit's going on the ground. Fuck you. Wham. I will make room for that.
Nice. Tremor. Yeah, it's an AoE DD spell. How does that work? Hold on. Cause the earth tremble around you, causing up to 24 other nearby. Okay.
Another weapon that I saw for sale a while back and I didn't buy it. And I kind of want to buy it. Now I'm like, oh fuck, I'm way closer to. I can now proc it because it procs in 46. Is Bloodfire. Because Bloodfire is hilarious. It's not an excellent tanking weapon. It's okay for threat, but it's amusing as fuck for soloing because it has a 500 point dot.
Oh, nice.
You can just fucking tag a dude with it and switch weapons or do any of these other things with it. Or keep just stacking it. It doesn't stack, you can't turn to 1,000 point, it just keeps it going.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
Don't you be using a blood point if you're soloing?
It depends on what you're soloing, but yeah, typically I do want to get one of those. Actually, two of those would be great. Well, like in a duo, Bloodfire would be amusing because these things would probably go down a lot quicker. Not a huge amount. I'm hitting this guy for a bit, but it would definitely go down because the ratio on it isn't bad. All right, I think my giant bathroom break probably means things on the bottom are spawned up. That's okay. We will murder our way through. Yep. All right, I'm going to fight him right here in this corner in the event that other one spawns.
All right.
I didn't know they were going to put Severalus on there. Shit, I need to gain some levels. That guy's the bottleneck for the Warrior Epic.
Uncontested picks?
Yeah, apparently it's like a guild agreement where a bunch of guilds get together and do what they call the draft, which is when guilds who normally poop sock all the stuff. Oh, God damn it.
Makes it available to everybody else?
Yeah. In exchange for, it's basically like everyone poop socks something, but they'll come up with an agreement that's like, okay, you give me this for this week, and I'll give you this for this week, and it'll be good. God fucking goddamn curse. Ugh. You need me to net that guy, or?
No, just keep your tentacle horror thing going on. Can you just behave? Oh shit. Rooted the wrong thing. That's great. Guess I'll take the heal myself.
This thing's almost dead, so. Alright, come here.
Dodge, 47. I group too much.
If you can dodge a Geonid, you can dodge a ball.
I think the Geonids hit a little harder than a ball.
A little bit, yeah. If you can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What?
That movie is great. I haven't watched a good comedy in a while. Well, Fall Guy had some comedy to it. But, well, yeah, that one was fucking funny. I watched that at your place.
Yeah, I love Pam. Some of it's going to my children. Some of it'll get me a blowjob behind the dumpster from a toothless whore.
I think it's all your loot.
Yeah.
How's your mana?
60%. So plenty.
Yeah, we got like
a little bit of a lull for the third spawn.
Yeah, looks like it's like a minute, 20 seconds. I'm gonna go see if I can find something to. There's a dude here. Oh, he's doing all that shit.
Joke,
Yeah.
Jetta. Yeah.
What level is he? Oh,
Anonymous.
yeah. So he's probably 60 based off his gear. I found that if they go like full anonymous, there's like a way you can do it where you hide your guild tag. But if you select the guy and you do / guild info, guild status, it will tell you.
Well, he's Castle, and the other 60 Warlock is Castle as well. So.
Yep. I just didn't want somebody pulling like a Dial a Dream or whoever that was trying to be like, oh, we're taking your camp from you due to some rule. It's like, all right, dog, I will record this whole fucking thing. You wanna play ball? We'll play ball. See what happens.
I sort of wish you were on when my issue happened because I was like, I don't have any recording stuff set up.
I was just really surprised that it happened the way it did. Like that's not a like play nice policy ruling, not really. Now, granted, they don't give you much of a way to contest like customer service decisions, which I don't necessarily like that, because what do you do given the precedent of corrupt customer service guys? What do you do when the customer service guy is making bad decisions, like Sirkin did back in the day, letting his homies get away with bullshit? So what do you do about that? Now, I've been told since then it's been a lot better, and I've seen far fewer complaints. But then you get one where it's like, okay, sort it out yourselves. I kind of don't blame the guy for that. But at the same time, it's like this is a non-traditional camp. It is a camp. The name can spawn anywhere in it, and it's one long fucking tunnel. So, and it's traditionally held in zone is somebody's camping the Geonids. Just like somebody's camping the spiders and somebody's camping the stalags. They're all one big fucking camp. That's the way it's been going for a while. So the idea...
This is live. It's been going since live.
Yeah, that's the way it's always been. And because it's all these weird spawns. And it's like, nobody's had a problem with it until somebody makes a fucking problem with it. So that kind of pisses me off. Guys making you split your camp all up. They have a camp in Velks that I didn't particularly like, where there's all these spiders together, and they were trying to claim it was like multiple camps, and the GM sided with them, but it made like no sense. So they were pulling their camp mob through other people's camps and doing like not basically training them, and it was considered allowed based off the camp. And I was like, no, this is not how this ever ran on live. Well, it's not how it.
Tournament where one of the funk group went to a 40K tournament, and he just brought his army. He didn't bring his book, and his opponent said, "Oh yeah, Autox don't give their specific ability to the squad they're in. Like that's the entire point of Autox. Artarks. I'm gonna get the And the judge was ruled like, nope, yeah, it looks that way. Like, the entire,
he didn't even. He didn't even look in the book.
Yeah, apparently not.
Well, who was running the tournament at the time?
No clue. You have to talk to Jeremy. He was the one that had it happen, but I haven't seen Jeremy in a while.
I know that they had it out for Jeremy for a little bit, so that doesn't surprise me, because he was winning too much, and it was pissing everybody off. And I kind of warned him a little bit about that. I said, like, it's okay to win a number in the row. Once you get to about 5 or 6 crushing wins in a row where you're, like, winning first place tournament, you should take a break. People are going to get real mad.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is a new army. I haven't played much. Let's try this one out.
Yeah, do something different. They're going to get mad. And they did. And they shouldn't, because technically that's... there's nothing wrong with just winning and winning, but you're gonna build some ill will. And I remember they were bitching about it a lot. And I was like, get good, scrub. That motherfucker whoops my ass all the time. So just keep working at it. But
I had a winning record, but only because once I got to a winning record, I said, "Okay, we're done playing together."
Him not bringing his book though, that's kind of now they make it where at Shiv it's not so bad because they have their own like store copies. It does get annoying when multiple people are playing the same thing and like they're having to borrow the book left and right. Mm-hmm. And Wahapedia has been a big help with some of this because you're kind of not supposed to use it, but nobody gives a shit.
Technically, you're not supposed to give away any sort of prizes if it isn't a sanctioned GW tournament.
Most of the tournaments that we've done have been sanctioned. The ones at Borderlands were sanctioned, and so was Wild Things. I think until recently, it might still be sanctioned over there. I haven't gone to any of them. Shiv also has sanctioned tournaments, but they also have unsanctioned tournaments. But usually the unsanctioned tournaments, it's like for charity or some shit. So, and U.S. law lets you do that. So, GW can't forbid them from it. Yeah. Because they had one that was like a big deal tournament for the guy's funeral expenses who died, and then they had one where a guy needed to get like surgery for his cat, and they held something together. And they did one for I think it was Black Lives Matter. So they did a bunch of different charities.
We bought somebody a house. Great job,
guys. I'm not the one who gets to pick it. They pick a whole bunch of different ones. I'm not sure how they do it. So
many millions into their family's pocket.
Well, everybody's doing a hustle. Look at the Haiti relief funds and Sean Penn, or the 9/11's victim fund, or the Clinton Foundation Haiti relief funds, or the African relief funds with Sally Struthers.
Anything. Well, Sally Struthers was just eating the food before it got to the kids. That's not,
That was the joke because she had gotten so huge. The one that always struck me that was like some big ass scam was Mr. Beast going and building all those wells in Africa, and all these groups were getting pissed off at him because it wasn't going through them, and it was like it was this big white savior thing. I was like, you guys are just mad because he cut you out of the fucking pie. He didn't want the charity. He didn't want any of the tax write-offs or any of the other shit. He just wanted to do the work and get it done, and he did. And he kind of did it to be like, oh yeah, charities are a scam, just watch. Mm-hmm. And it totally ended up that way. Where it's like, yeah, these people have had how many millions put into them, and they haven't done anything with any of this. Mm-hmm. A lot of these places still suck. Some have improved. There have been some that have improved, but it's a question of how much was.
Do we really want to go that? I would really love for you to do just a little bit of sleuthing for me.
Okay, how like for
of the children in Oprah's orphanage in Africa have
yes, that's different. That's a whole that's a cherry picked thing. That is like a catastrophe thing. That's different. That's like saying philanthropy is wrong because Epstein exists. It's like, okay, yeah. Fucking Epstein was a huge philanthropist, but he was also a fucking fucking bad.
Well, yeah, you sort of put the nail on the head too on where they were going.
Oh, to Epstein Island, yeah.
Yeah, she had gone like more than 7 times to the island on the flight record.
Yeah, people have been talking about that. They're like, we need to talk about Oprah and all this shit. But I don't think we're going to hear anything about it until you and me are in our fucking 60s. I think it's going to be like 20 years. And it'll be like most of these people will be either too old they'll be dead or too old to prosecute.
It's working out for our president really well. Yeah, he was totally guilty of these things, but we think he's too old to be prosecuted.
Yeah, that was a weird thing to read, that he comes off as a well-meaning, doddering old man who has a hard time remembering things. I was like, ooh, it almost would have been better if he was found guilty of something than that, because that was just like a big question of his sensibilities. Between that and the debates where Trump barely had to try,
Well,
and
and
that
that was the thing. Everyone was giving him a hard time because he's like, don't go on CNN. Don't let them set the rules. Don't let them do everything that they want to do in this thing. Don't let them cut you off. He's like, no, I'll do it all. Didn't even have to try.
he's like, I don't know how to follow up on that because I don't understand what he said about that.
Yeah,
But I
I
don't
don't
think
think
he understands either. I was like,
either, right?
oh,
He wasn't wrong either.
it's like, oh man.
We're talking about it. The looks on his face while Trump was talking was by far the most telling thing. It was like Trump was actually reaching into him and yanking parts of his body out. But it's okay. He had jet lag from his flights 2 weeks ago. And a cold, yes, a cold.
I don't know. I remember the Obama debate he had with Mitt Romney, and everyone was making fun of him because he was like, he was barely there, and he was like, "Dude, I had the flu real." He went on the Daily Show and said he had like the flu really bad because Jon Stewart was making fun of him, and he was like hopped on NyQuil and was trying to do debates. He's like, "Yeah, I could barely stay focused myself." Because he's like, oh yeah, someone washes down an open faced turkey sandwich with a bottle of NyQuil, and then is like, oh wait, are we live?
Well, at a certain point, he was good at it. I watched some of his
Just like,
actual debates. They're not bad. He's usually pretty good at it. That man is no longer with us. I mean, I guess technically, I'm definitely not black because I didn't vote for him. Whoa, number two's in position. I want to fight him down there just in case we got a spawn.
looks like it's gonna be like 5 fucking minutes before that
Yeah,
one.
I think we're actually sped up quite a bit because the number one position hasn't spawned yet.
I guess Megan's coming over. Her AC is totally dead at her house, and so she's like, "Nah, I'm coming over there." I said I was playing video games with you and all that shit. So, and she was like, "It's cool. I'm just gonna drink water and lay in the AC because the one we installed in the Talendor is the other one I want."
When you install in let me guess, the bedroom is extremely powerful.
Yeah, and it's particularly nice. So she's liking it.
Just grab a big. Oh, what I'm working on is gosh, what is this? 2 quarts. Big bottle of it was zero sugar Snapple, but it's currently just Crystal Light, mostly water. I'm working on my second one, so. Throw a little Crystal Light in for flavor and hydrate.
Come on, die. Okay, there we go. Ah,
You didn't pull them.
yeah, I know, right? I might pull them after this one because it looks like we're gonna have some time.
Okay. I'm gonna pee real fast. Cat showing off her Imperion space station that she's built. It's based on Necron.
Nice.
Yeah. It's got a whole black pyramid for the center and multiple weird orbs coming out of it. Her mining ship, however, looks like a Mackinac from Eve.
All right.
Pop. Oh, shit. You're lower health than I thought.
Yeah, I gotta keep this XP flowing.
Oh, you're going to get me leveled here relatively soon. I got one bibble left.
Nice. I am nearly halfway through this level, so
Nice.
it is coming along. I gotta watch the last season of The Bad Batch. I actually enjoyed that show.
Pretty good.
I watched the first two, but I gotta watch the last one. I was surprised they were ending it so quickly, but then again, it's Disney, so.
Oh, yeah. If it's good, well, I'm not sure on how many people are watching it, though.
That's fair. I don't know how they're going to finish up the Acolyte story. Like, they have so many plot feelers out there, getting them all wrapped up in one episode seems a bit much. Well, that was kind of my mistake for taking a sword to a rock fight. But I guess they don't have damage type resistant. Well, they will eventually have damage type resistances. I don't think they have them now. Because you'd think you'd want a big crushing weapon for.
Well, I mean, honestly, a pick would be better.
Oh yeah, pick would be pretty good.
Yeah. All you got to do is, puncture that top crystal, and I'm pretty sure the whole thing would fall apart.
I don't pretend to understand the biology of fictional rock people.
Here we go. Okay. Andor.
Okay.
How they have that split up. Unable to find Mando Season 1 numbers to this in Season 2 onward. Okay. The Nielsen actual numbers of people watching. Mando Season 2 was 1,032 million for Episode 1. And Episode 8 was 1,336.
Those are 1,032 million, 1 billion people.
Yeah. Boba Fett actually ended strong, which is interesting. They started with only 389 million, but Episode 7 had 885.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Kenobi. This one started at over 1 billion people watched the first 2 episodes, which was together. And it dropped down to 682 million.
Okay.
So or about halved.
Which is a shame because like the last episode was actually pretty good. A lot of the middle ones were kind of trash, but
Andor never broke above 674 million.
they didn't do any advertising for it. Not really.
Yeah, all the middle ones were in the 400s to 300s. Mando Season 3 was about 1 billion throughout most of it.
Yeah, there were a lot of interesting elements of it. Yeah. I just felt that the story was weaker than the other ones.
Yes. Well, it was under a completely new director, and obviously the main guy lost control of the storyline. So, and they forced Grogu back in.
I'm betting they did that for toy sales.
It was specifically Kathleen. We have to get Grogu back in. He's the only toy that's selling. But the Grogu sales dried up not too long after that.
Oh, you can only
started uber strong with the first 2 episodes, 829 million, but it ended with 575.
Yeah, the last 2 episodes of it were a little weird. Although how they ended the last one was kind of amusing. I know you think of Thrawn as Admiral Copium, but I thought it was all right. But as Jacob continues to remind me, I have poor taste, so.
Never, ever. Well, you have poor taste in women. But that's it. Well, that's just because you're using your other brain. I mean, it's a big brain. Don't get me wrong. And I can see how you can get confused sometimes. I mean, the body only holds so much blood.
Yep.
I'm sure it's a continual fighting process.
You only have enough blood to fuel one head at a time.
Yep. Oh, I understand it. I remember, getting a foggy in certain times. So interesting thing about gambling and a few other things. So they tested giving a monetary system to Reese's monkeys, teaching them like a banana is this many shiny rocks and stuff like that, and then they give them an allowance. And apparently they had to stop the experiment because one, it had devolved to they would actually gamble on different things and then exchange money. And it devolved all the way down to prostitution.
Oh.
Yeah. They'd give the females money, they'd have sex, and then the females would go get food.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
It just means all like gambling and all this like and prostitution and everything is just monkey brain.
Monkey brain.
Yeah, it's just monkey brain. It's there was some theft issues too in there, but yeah, that's what it evolved into. Oh, prostitution. Probably should not teach an entire species on how to do this.
It's been the ultimate reality of mankind is that, sex sells, pussy's a powerful force.
Yep.
People throw away their careers over it.
Yeah, but I don't think you realize just how good it was. Amber Heard comes to mind.
Jesus. It's like almost all my cleric buffs have faded.
Weird. I buffed myself. Mine must be about to drop. It's like I buffed mine right.
Yeah, the only thing that I have right now is Valor.
Okay, that's what I buffed myself with. That's why. That's the highest level one currently. Although Symbol of Pazan, I believe, is the same level as Valor, but I guess they're like, oh, you're using a reagent? We're going to cut this one down.
Yeah, it looks like Armor of Faith lasts for an hour-ish minutes. Storm Strength is... Oh, wait, no, that's me. That's about hour. Symbol of Pinzarn's about 45 minutes. Lesser Shielding is 27 minutes? That's a weird one.
Well, Lesser Shielding is normally a self-only. I have that.
Yeah, it's weird that it's not an even one. It's like 27 minutes.
My Werewolf is 4.
Oh, yeah, that's fucking weird.
I can cast Werewolf 3 times, and my haste lasts 12. So, on the third cast of Werewolf, I know to restart the haste buff. Unless you use Og, then it'll last a half hour.
I am at the halfway point.
was funny. Guy's talking to his girlfriend. He's like, "What if I won the lottery? What would you do?" "I'd take half. I'd leave you, and I'd go live on an island by myself." It's like, "Well, I did win the lottery. It was a scratcher. I won $40. Here's your 20. Get out." One of the reasons I like Cat. She knows, why would I leave him for half when I could just keep him and take it all? Either way, it'll come down to, whatever she wants anyway. I love you too, dear. Other than what a game store would cost to run for X amount of years. With a small game store will not bankrupt. They're not going to bankrupt us.
I don't know. It's in Oregon. Game stores are notorious for going under.
I meant Florida.
Oh, in Florida? Oh, yeah, Florida maybe. Yeah, Oregon would be bad. I only know of two that are
I was like
afloat.
Somewhere in the mixer part of Orlando or something.
Oh, they don't already have like a fucking magic card store on every block?
I have no idea. I'd probably do a little bit of research first. And one of those industrial AC units like they have at like Safeway or something.
Oh yeah, those big ass ones. We had one when I worked at Elenco Windows Company, and they had one just for the front room, not for the back area. And at first I was kind of outraged about it. It was like, oh, that's kind of classist. But then it was like, yeah, it doesn't fucking work in that type of environment. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we would do something like that, but that's an impossible order at the time. And I was like, oh, okay. I looked into it, and they were right. It's too much bullshit.
Too much?
Yeah.
Well, I already made a deal with the bosses. If I just drop 10 grand on one of them, I don't have to put in my 2 weeks, and they'll still give me a good reference. Since they're probably going to be the ones working it. So.
See, if one of my employees, that's the thing I don't get about employers, if one of my employees like made it big or did something was like, yeah, I don't feel like working here anymore, I'd be like, rock on, man. You get out there and do whatever you want to do, have a good life.
We might have to hire an in-house IT guy. Just throwing that out there.
Well, I am the best IT guy money can buy for the most part in this fucking state, so I'm just trying to get out of IT.
Well, it wouldn't be that hard. Other than running LAN parties.
Yeah, that one's not so bad. I just had to come at it with the idea that, just about anything would fucking happen.
Randomly have GMs pop out of nowhere and freak the hell out of everybody.
He was funny, though. He was like, he was just straight out like, dude, I want to do a LAN party. That sounds awesome.
Cool.
Jet Black Sapphire. That's one of the good ones, right?
Yeah, that's about 130.
Good.
Yeah.
How fucking hot is it outside? Hey, Google, how hot is it outside right now?
94.
In Independence right now, it's 86 degrees.
Oh, bullshit.
Nice.
No way.
It's dropped to 85 in Newark.
Feels like it's fucking real hot.
Quick. Shit.
It was really hot earlier.
It was 94 a couple hours ago.
I was walking to my appointment because I had to park in the hospital parking lot and then walk like 3 blocks to get there. Which, the first time I went to one of the clinics on that block and I had a broken fucking ankle, that was some shit. Because I was like, I have a broken ankle. Can I, get some pick up? And they're like, no. It's like, all right, let me go walk on this ankle. I get there, like, oh my god, they made you walk here? And I was like, yeah, I even called somebody. And she was like fucking mortified. It's like, oh my god. And then the doctor was like, did you have to walk here on that? You could have really messed it up. I was like, yeah, how else am I going to fucking get here? And so they like gave me like a wheelchair and a bunch of other shit to get me back to my car. It was like, yeah, I think that's what they call like strict and total liability, but it ended up being okay. The damage was like, it looked worse than it was. It was like a minor fracture. It just fucking hurt like a motherfucker.
Gotta stop taking cocaine before your workouts, bro. You don't feel it when you hurt yourself. You can call it pre-workout if you want to.
Yeah. Pre-workout. That was my pre-workout bump.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to work out on cocaine.
Really? I have a coworker that does it all the time.
Yeah, and I know one who works out on meth. That doesn't mean it's okay. That just means that dude's fucking crazy. You said the Bloodstone ring wasn't like worth anything, right?
I don't remember on the Bloodstone ring. I think you're right though. You got a gem coming up.
Oh, sweet.
I figured out our bad luck was because of Ash.
I told you God hates that motherfucker.
Yeah, because he went AFK for like 5 minutes, and we got a like the next thing was a gem spawn. I'm like, oh, gems. We haven't seen any of these in like 6 goes. Pop. Oh, you're back. Yeah, there's your gem.
All right. Ooh.
What do we got?
Wait, why does that not stack with the other one?
Because none of the ones stack.
There, we'll drop that. And I got a chip diamond.
Nice. Making out like a bandit on this run.
Yeah, a little bit.
If you need anything hell, just let me know. I'll put it in a separate bag.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Why do I have so much water? Oh, someone's bought me a fuckload of water. Oh, wait. This does not belong there. You go in the quiver, you piece of shit. Boom. There we go. That should free up some slots for a little bit. Gotta free me up some slots.
I just basically like firewalled your stuff and my stuff with bandages.
That sounds good.
Mostly I hold on to bandages mostly for who I'm with. Because sometimes you'll have like people be like, oh, I ran out of bandages. I'm like, here, keep going.
Yeah, it's usually me.
Well, okay, 60% of the time it's you.
Sometimes it's Wes with his monk.
Yeah, the monk. once he gets to 50%, and then mends the rest of the way. Just make sure he's got plenty of bandages.
I did find another weapon other than the Sarnak Warhammer I want to add to my list.
Really? What's the other one?
The Wrapped Entropy Serpent Spine. It's only about 2K, and it's pretty good.
What's it do?
It has really good stats and has a really good ratio, and it does a blinding poison that is also, it does like a snare, a blind, and a poison dot.
Damn.
They did say you have to be careful when you're tanking with it. You want to make sure the guy is like, you're clearly in front of the dude beating it up. Otherwise, if he gets hit with it and he's too far away for whatever reason, which I don't even know how that would happen, being blinded, he'll run off if nobody's within melee range with him. Mm. But if he's snared,
you do a lot of knockback. So you could accidentally knock him too far away from you, and then he'd run off.
Oh yeah, I guess there's that. But the aggro range on the aggro is supposed to be pretty crazy. It's supposed to pair well with Frostbringer.
Nice.
They did say there was these one weapons I was like, why the fuck does this one so rated highly as a tanking weapon? It doesn't have any, it's a direct damage. It doesn't have any, like, dot or stare effect. I liked the amount of damage it did, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, one of these swords you get off of those Night Elf or Dark Elves in Kithakor. It's a warrior sword that does something like a 300 point direct damage. And it's like, okay, that's enough direct damage that will piss a mob off. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
It does like blade shatter or some crap like that. It's kind of what goes on with, because I guess the Sword of the Shisar, which used to be a really good tanking weapon, sucks now because they made poisons and diseases not do as much shit anymore, which is kind of not classic. I'm not sure why they did that. But then I guess Vedric's short sword and Veldric's blade are really good because not only do they do a poison, they do a high enough direct damage that it's worth it. But you gotta do Vishan's Peak to get those.
Let's do Vishan's Peak then.
We gotta work up to it. We gotta do the 9 pieces of medallion. Some of them are kind of easy. Like, I think one of them you just pick them off the ground. And then another one you have to, like, they're all in weird places.
Can't we just teleport around?
Well, you have to kill some mobs. One of them's at the bottom of Karnor's castle. Another one is in... There's one in Seblis, Karnor's castle, Howling Stones. It's usually in places where there are a bunch of fucking Ixar ghosts and Ixar skeletons and shit like that.
We don't need a raid for that, though, right? We can just group it.
For you can group almost all of them. Wow, we actually got ahead of the curve. For the last one, you do, because you get a tooth off of Trakenon. And you could just buy a fucking tooth. I heard the multi-quest for it isn't that wild. But then to actually do Vishan's Peak, you definitely need a raid, because it's hard now. We do need to do our Seblis key.
I'm down.
That one's pretty easy. We just gotta get J to like 44. The trick is tracking the mobs and they're not rare spawns. You kill one, and then the other one eventually shows up. One of them drops a sweet ass bow.
So we can help entice the ranger. Check.
He can build better ranger only bows, but for people who aren't rangers, it's a pretty good bow. He drops the spectral bow, and then one of them drops like kind of a cool like neck piece. There's also a weird haste item you can get in that zone off the Froglock Hangman's noose.
Probably going down. Probably should turn around.
What now?
I was waiting for the first spawn, not the second one. I was looking at it, I'm like staring at your health, and I'm like, no, that's going down. I would pull the next spawn up to where the second spawn is.
Yeah, that's the plan.
No. Dude, I'm sort of glad that you slept in, because I was on for a little bit, but I worked my ass off so hard last night because I found out the boss's boss was coming in, so I had to make sure, like, everything was stocked, the bathrooms were immaculate, you know, any of the side jobs, make sure the outside's all sweeped up and cleaned. I'm like, and the cooler was, anytime I come back from a weekend, it's usually pretty rough. And 4th of July really rocked our coolers.
I believe it.
We went through so much beer, dude. So much beer.
Which reminds me.
Load of beer, and the whole thing just fucking disappeared.
I'm gonna go get a beer.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Go back.
It's fucking hot in my house. I have a bunch of flies downstairs, and I'm afraid to go searching for whatever it might be. I'm going to save that for a later Ryan's problem.
You mean more potatoes?
No, there shouldn't be anything like that. I'm going to look around, though. Hopefully there isn't anything hidden. I hired Dale. I didn't pay him in advance. I just hired him, but to help clean the downstairs because he needs money. But he was working outside and had really bad heat exhaustion, and had to take him to the hospital. He was really dehydrated.
Mm.
Minus 15 AC, but plus 75 hit points and 8 stamina, and save versus magic. That is a fucking wild item.
For those that aren't the main tank.
It depends on what your goal is. If you're in a complete heal rotation, your AC only matters so much. So having more hit points is pretty good. If you're in a group, then AC is better. But there's always this weird trade-off between hit point, AC, and magic saves.
Well, 75 hit points is a lot.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why Dejarn's Amethyst Ring, even though it dropped in Classic, is still considered like a really fucking good item. It's like almost best in slot. For Warriors, it's best in slot in Classic and almost in the rest of them. Like, it's still really good. It's just like raw, like 85 hit points on a ring. I mean, shit. You would think that what I'm wearing would be better, but it really depends on the circumstances.
Oh yeah, the Battling Fire wedding ring. I was trying to tell Ash was asking, he's like, I need rings, and I'm like,
those are the rings, and they're not that expensive.
no, and they're often up.
Yeah.
Because several people have done jewel crafting and want to make their money back.
Oh yeah, the spirit racked corn and cord and all that shit. Eventually, we're gonna have to do that one because a bunch of those items in that quest are really fucking good for everybody. Like the Ring of Dizok and all these other things. Like, you just get the ring just for attaining warmly. Like, that's the only thing. But you have to kill a fuckload of goblins.
Doesn't seem like a bad thing.
Well, most goblins are only count as like 1 point of faction. Some of them are 2. And the only one who gives you a bunch is Warlord Scargus. And he's usually camped. And he gives you 50.
No, just kill more of the little ones.
Yeah, you apparently have to kill like a lot. And then once you get to Dubious, you can turn in the salt in the goblin skins. But just getting to Dubious is a big pain in the cock.
Well, yeah, but once you've killed enough stuff, while you're killing, you're picking up salts and skins, right?
Yeah, you are.
So you have all the stuff prepped before you get to the next one.
And then the ring is pretty good. You just get that. And then there's another ring you can get by doing a quest. It's a little involved, but it's not too bad. And then the last one is the Spirit Racked Cord. And that one is really good for everybody. The issue with it is that I think it requires like undead dragon sinew, which
yeah.
Hmm?
Sorry. I pulled out a cookie and apparently I broke a bunch of other cookies.
Oh. You can steal your loot, by the way. That one's all the way down there.
Oh, did you get it? Okay, cool.
Yeah. Nope.
Oh, dude, I got so excited. I looked around, I saw a geode, but your name was superimposed over it. I'm like, that has to be the longest named geode I've ever seen.
Some fucking ultra rare geo.
Yeah, like unheard of. The only people that know about it won't tell you. They're all raisin. No, I got a I I got a raisin one, or part of a raisin one.
I
Oh, the
think the
broken one's a chocolate chip. Well, just eat the whole thing then. I like oatmeal raisin.
oatmeal raisin's also better for you.
Well, yeah, that and well, we have a lady that delivers to like or a bakery delivers to like 6 or 7 different locations in Newburgh, and she punches through town during my shift, and we struck up a conversation. She comes in, uses the bathroom since it's the only one in town that's clean and open,
Yeah.
and she started just occasionally dropping off a whole bunch of cookies and brownies and stuff like that. So last night she dropped off 2 huge baggies of cookies, and I gave Taylor one set, and I came home and gave Kat the other half, and they're all fresh. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, good stuff. Depending on who I'm working with, sometimes I'll just like just take all of these. I can't have any of them, but I figured Kat would want some, so I think there was chocolate chip in there. So
Did you get the one that was down the ramp?
yeah,
Okay. You went for a big jog.
it was a little jog. I mean,
Little jog. Little jog.
you got me worried though. Maybe the one I'm thinking about wasn't the one you're talking about. You get a couple of heels off on you.
I'm kind of sad that X-Wing and Armada, 2 of the board games, are going the way of the Dodo. They're still doing events for them and still selling stuff until the end of the year, but they're not going to renew them. And Armada, I enjoyed Armada, but it was definitely a kind of complicated game to figure out. X-Wing was pretty good. It was fairly simple. You could toss some shit together. You didn't have to paint anything. The card art was really good. Everything was really good about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
I thought I saw something about that.
it looks like they'll only be doing, what is it, Shatterpoint and Legion for right now. And Legion is a lot of fun. I've only played a handful of games of it, but has very much a like 40k skirmish feel to it. Although it can get like 40k size. Jesus fuck.
To the bottom.
I need to get her a quieter ringtone. It always scares the shit out of me.
What's the ringtone?
That's a Star Wars theme, but it's like really loud.
Hmm.
Oh, you didn't loot this one. Shame, shame.
Did I miss one?
Yeah, you did miss one. It only had that and like 17 gold on it.
Hmm. An entire plat?
Dude, I probably owe you like a bunch of fucking plat, so yeah. And I'm slowly working my way up to the Cobalt Breastplate. I'm a little over halfway.
Hmm.
Uh, I did see it at like 9k. Oh shit, too far.
9K, you said?
Yeah.
How close are you?
I'm at about. I'll have to look. I'm at about like 5,500.
Okay. You
So
need another 4
well, let me get a bit into it. I don't want to be like owing you forever. It's been a bit to grinding this. We'll see how much money we make today.
Mm.
This Coors Banquet, being ice cold is kind of nice. Apparently, my brother doesn't like it, so I've had most of the beer to myself.
Yeah, we
Megan
haven't.
likes it, but she doesn't like drinking beer after like 6 or something.
Why?
Apparently, alcohol keeps her up.
Oh.
She's like one of those people where she's really sensitive to like stimulants, but then like depressants give her a stimulant effect, which is weird. I don't get it.
I've had girlfriends like that. I'm pretty sure cocaine would probably have put one of them like for like 12 hours. Just because everything's opposite.
I was dating this one chick, and she'd go over to my place, and she was like ultra wired, like cleaning everything. And I was like, "What the fuck's wrong with you?" And she's like, "Oh, I drank one of those shakes you made in the fridge." And I was like, "You mean one of my pre-workout shakes?" And she's like, "Is that what that was?" I was like, "She's like fucking wired, cleaning everything." And she's like, "I just can't sit down. I'm all I'm all up." But I'm like, "Yeah, that has a bunch of like pre-workout and amino acids in it, so."
Mm.
Yeah, you're gonna be like fucking jolted. Because when I first
Hours.
on one of those, when I first did it, like it was really strong, so I had like build up a tolerance to it to get to the normal level. But then she had drank it at the like slightly above normal level, and so she was just fucking jumping off the walls. It was quite hilarious.
For the first time, I gave Kat a 5 hour. Oof. I was worried she was gonna vibrate out of the van we were in.
I miss taking 5 hours. I've been trying to stay away from most energy drinks and pre workouts and that shit for a little bit.
Damn it.
It was like Valor has faded.
Roger.
I may swap this quiver out for another bag. As much as I like the bow haste, I kind of like having a bunch of loot too.
Right.
I may just end up doing that. I did find that this braided beard of the Coldane that I keep picking up off the Targus
Mm-hmm.
gives you berserker strength.
Yeah.
Apparently, blocking someone's damage with a damage shield is like a taunt. It counts for like double the amount that was blocked. I did not know that. So you get like a pretty good pretty good aggro jump when they whack you and their damage does nothing.
That'd piss me off.
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, that would fucking annoy the shit out of me. I'd be like, bitch, I'm gonna hit you harder now. So that definitely makes sense.
I'm probably one mob away from leveling.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I need to put some more padding on this. That's a later end problem. I have this AC installed and everything, but
You're not turning it on?
no, I'm turning it on, but I have a feeling that it's probably losing some of the cool because it's probably not sealed into the room right. Like it's there, and
Created duct tape.
yeah, I need to go through that. I'm about to talk to Dale and get some of his insulation, and then put like an insulation layer, and then tape it in. This is going to be like a weird test because I have had an AC facing the street before, but it was like a little one, whereas this is like a full window unit. I'm curious what the land people will say about it. Now there is a law that's like they can't make you turn it down until like I want to say it's like October, because it's like a lot of places will be like, oh, it's unsightly. And they were trying to get people to take them down during the summer, but they passed a law. I was like, no, you can't do that. But I have been told it's hard to enforce in court. Like somebody, like the law says what it is, but judges will a lot of times side with the landlord, even though the law says what it does. So it'd be.
Where I was living for a short amount of time, I was renting one of the rooms there. They refused to allow any air conditioner units because it would damage the outside of their building. The business downstairs was more than allowed to have AC, but apparently the actual living areas were not. One of my roommates, an older gentleman, had a heat stroke in his room, and they found him like a day or two later.
Well, thankfully they have laws about that shit now.
He wasn't dead.
Yeah, but still, heat stroke will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Well, what's really fucked up is in the EU they're allowing people to have ACs again. Now I was reading that, I was like, what do you mean allowing ACs again? Apparently in 2003 you couldn't normally have an AC. You had to get some kind of special dispensation permit if you lived in the EU to get one. And in the UK, like completely banned them except for like businesses until this year, like 2 months ago. Because something like during this, when the heat wave started, like a couple hundred people in the UK died. And so I kept seeing these memes that were like, oh, you know, you're free and living in America. When do you have fucking AC in your house? And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Even people in the Middle East have fucking AC. And then it's like, oh, wait, the EU is still fucking douchey about that. They don't even have AC in their cars. That shit blows my fucking mind. It's like, what kind of fucking fascist dictatorship are you living in?
What do you mean, what kind? They are literally being ruled by Germany right now.
It's just fucking wild.
It's the main kind.
It's the main kind, the main fascist, you know, the card-carrying ones. You know, the ones about the tenets of National Socialism.
The ones that said about 6 months ago that the EU needs its own standing army.
I was watching this fucking movie, and this guy, it's like a comedy, but it's like a dark comedy where this guy's like hanging out, and he's like, has this roommate, he's always talking about how his roommate's fucking weird, and they have this scene where he's trying to sleep, and he hears his roommate go, no, Mein Fuhrer, don't pull the trigger, we can still escape to Argentina with the others. And the guy looks over, he's like, what the fuck? I was like, oh, Jesus Christ. Because he's like this old motherfucker, and he occasionally says this weird German shit. but they live in like, where the fuck do they live? I think it's in like the East Coast, and he's just this like weird old man, but he says this like random shit about like fucking like Nazi shit. It's like he's just looking over like, what? It's so fucking funny. It's like, what? A Nazi? No, I don't know anything about Nazis. I just sold flowers out of my shop.
Why are you Jewish? Ding.
Oh yeah, back in Germany, we used to give out gold stars all the time. They weren't the kinds you wanted, but we gave them out.
Oh.
It's like, what? What gold stars? Oh, nothing. Forget I said anything.
That's rough.
Yeah. Yeah, you win a gold star. But unfortunately, you're in 1939 Germany.
So join the party then. It worked for a lot of them.
Kind of only worked for George Soros.
Worked for Soros. Worked for actually a large amount of them, actually.
George Soros' one is particularly weird. I do have a little bit of sympathies for him because it was pretty much a like gun to your head, like, where if you don't do this, we're just gonna fucking kill you and your family anyway. And yeah, I know the just thing would be like, okay, pull the trigger and not collaborate, but that is a hard sell, especially when you're like 14. That's a rough one. They talk about something like that in.
Just because someone had a hard time in their early life doesn't mean they should try to destroy or destroy society in their older life.
No, and I totally agree with that. But a lot of people hyper focus on him collaborating with the Nazis. It was like the dude was 14 trying to save his family. Like, that is a rough one.
No, I understand that decision.
Maybe he shouldn't have collaborated, but
Hey, I feel like I'm God sometimes. I can affect outcomes of different countries.
yeah, a whole period of time in World War II really decided the fate of a lot of shit into the modern era. We're still dealing with the repercussions of it.
It'd be nice if the Catholic Church took a little bit of responsibility for that.
Yeah, it was a weird one.
Yeah.
Because they were sort of forced to work with Mussolini, or he was just gonna just start killing everybody till they replaced people with people that he would have liked. But the problem with that is I think that was a little bit of a bluff because a lot of people in Italy at the time were religious. And if he started like really mutilating the church, I think he would have lost a lot of support. But he also came off as kind of nuts, so it was like if I was a Catholic Church, who knows how that would have gone.
Your turn.
Oh, boo, Chip Black Pearl.
Did you pull from here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought I did, because this guy's up.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, eventually we're going to have to hit up City of Mist or Carnor's Castle eventually. Oof.
Well, it'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen?
I mean, there's a ton of things that are the worst that could happen. I mean, we could die and have to hire a. Why is he going up there?
Don't accidentally zone out.
Nah, I gotta let him run to the thing. He's ran past the zone out. Boom. I have never had them run up there. Yeah, a buddy of mine was saying that she hit 51 twice because she was running through the Dreadlands and forgot to invis herself and got fucking tagged by the Drachnid swarm. Because you can technically level all the way to like 54, 55 in just Dreadlands, but I would not recommend it.
I was not a big fan of all of the spider people that were walking around there.
Yeah, they have a lot of horrible spells, and they have high magic resistance. The shit thing is, we're eventually going to have to do a Dreadlands wall group for a little bit. Because I need to get the fucking piece off the Giant Patriarch. And he spawns on, what is that, fucking South Wall? East Wall? Or it might be West Wall. One of the walls. It's also a prime place to get forest loops. Although, we could just go to that fucking earring camp and just kill this motherfucker so we get a bunch of forest loops.
I'm down.
That's why they it's like Warslick's Woods or something. Those are even good for my paladin. Like a ridiculously good earring that vendors for a lot of money for some weird reason. Made me wonder what the developer was thinking. EverQuest is one of those games that's like makes me think that these guys were like high on cocaine while they were doing a lot of it and had like these wild ideas because some shit just like doesn't fucking make sense, and some shit is awesome in a way where you'd almost.
They were all high on Jolt Cola.
They're all high on something. Hi, honey. Wow, you look really red. Are you doing okay? You're just dying. Did the kitty come in? Nope. Was he outside? No, he went in the room earlier, and I was trying to see if he was in there. But I didn't see him.
Take a second and shower with your girlfriend. Just let me know.
There is somebody here. Who the fuck is that? Mark Wong. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just. Oh, taco? Yeah.
Oops.
Son of a bitch. This guy just like fucking sprinted it.
Oh, he's like, you had an enchanter buddy last time.
I did. I'm gonna pull this guy. Well, alright, how am I gonna do this? Loot that, boom, and then drag him up here.
I mean, you have leveled a bunch.
I have a lot more to go.
Yep. You're almost to the halfway point. You just logged out right there. So
Isn't he like level 60? I mean, if he's not KOS to Geos, then it isn't a terrible spot to do it.
Do you want to answer the out of character one? Was it just no, there is not? End game. I don't know.
How did I get
No.
an extra? Oh, there we go.
I have an idea what it's going to taste like, and I want more. Mm. It's a rogue. 36. Oh, pop.
Sweet.
And it's a gem.
We just got trained.
Yep. By
Well,
orcs.
I'll try to kill this guy, and then we'll deal with this train walking back.
What? Was it just the one other orc, or was there more than
Looks
one?
like it was like 3. Oh,
Okay.
yep. There's more.
Yeah. Oh. They ran off. Okay, they hit me once and ran off. I don't know. I just don't know. Am I disappeared?
Yep.
Wait, it actually worked. Saved my life a couple times.
All right, we should be good for it. I think we got all the. Did we get the other geos?
We are now to the 4th spawn. Oh, which is a focus gem. Nice. You want to pull them?
Yeah, I'm talking to these people.
Yeah, no worries.
You thought they'd rubber band. There's nothing in this fucking game that rubber bands. And there's an invisible guy. I need to get a fucking... Oh, there's another one. I need to get a fucking C-Invis item. We taking my fucking mobs, bitches. There's a lot of people in this zone, and I don't trust any of them. He's bitching because Dane isn't exciting as Volak. He's like, yeah, of course it's not. Volak's like one of the end game guys. Alright, let's see. What'd I get?
Oh, is it your turn? I thought it was
Yeah.
mine.
No.
Bad. Go for it. Oh, I got the last one. Duh. Sorry.
Yep.
It's a ruby.
It's Ruby? Okay, cool. So you gave me good luck. Let's see. Where'd the other orcs go? Did we kill all of them?
Unless you're playing Space Wolves.
Supposedly,
off.
Space Wolves are supposed to be pretty good.
I'm sure they are, unless Kyle's playing me with them.
Oh man, we were talking about doing some. We were talking about doing some 40K again, but
Cool.
I don't know when we're gonna do it.
Well, the last game was pretty epic. Probably won't do that level of point and groups again. But
yeah, it would probably be okay if we each did like 1,000 points.
Yeah. I think he was just butthurt that Shenanigans almost killed his Dwarf Land Raider.
Yeah, he did go down the tubes. I was like, bitch, all my shit's getting killed, and you don't see me fucking sandbagging it. I did make some bad calls, but I'm owning my bad calls. But I guess Dale wants to do his Sisters of Battle, because I guess the new Sisters of Battle book came out.
Mm-hmm. Two vaginas. Yeah, I guess sisters are. They didn't fuck them over, so I think they're doing okay. In danger, can anyone near the zone line res? I'm guessing it didn't work out well for the rogue. Well, if he's at the end, that zone line, yeah, I'm right here. I can totally res him.
Dude's like, sending me fucking tells. He's like, dude, I'm so sorry about the train. I was like, yeah, alright. He thought they were stuck fighting the dwarves.
That's probably where they ran off to. Because two of them, one stopped at me and hit me, the other two kept running back. And I'm like, oh, the guards probably got a couple of whacks on them before they got over here.
You lucky jerk dwarf was not up.
Isn't that the one you spawn? Oh.
That's still your loot.
I know. Just medding and don't want to get up.
Roderick the traitor. And giving her tips on money camps because she is just slightly too low to solo Awakening Lands Geonids. I said, these Geonids are probably not worth making the trek to if you're already 51, but there's also a bunch of other cash camps, so I've been trying to give her some tips.
What's the next money camp after this?
Probably Ice Giants or the Awakening Lands Geos or higher level.
Where are the Awakening Lands Geodes at?
At the Geonid Cave in like the northern part of the zone. They're higher level and they drop Velios gems part of the time.
Said the Great Divide, right?
No, Awakening Lands.
Oh, Awakening Lands. Okay.
Yeah. They're a bit higher level. There's a named one named Phenochrist, but he's not significantly more powerful. You gonna loot all this stuff?
Well, shortly. Mana! Can't get up. Oh, no, there was a Lampaz on one of them. I'm not even gonna loot the damn thing. The blue piece of plastic that they swear is a gem. Number 2's up. Oh, okay. Geonid Cavern. I see that now.
Yep, that's got the same issue with here where you got a bunch of people that try to log in, try to keep it, so you got to kind of be a little bit aggressive with it. but the money's supposed to be a little bit better.
Yeah, but there's not a bank right next to it, which is so sad. But you gotta go through Kale to be able to get to it.
Yeah, so just fucking invis or run. None of the sea invis storm giants are over there.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried about that. I was just like, oh, there's no other way into the place. It sort of surprised me. And that's where Sky Shrine, which is cool. Nice to know where that actually is.
The fact they put Wuoshi, the fucking dragon, at the fucking oh god damn it, fucking crystals. At the fucking port makes me laugh to this day. Because if you're KOS to Closet Vishon, he'll like aggro on you as you port in. And he sometimes sees invis, which is annoying. Sometimes. Most of the time people kill him though. But sometimes they don't.
Scales. Well, we're starting to get into content that I've never done, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, getting the key is kind of pain in the ass. I think for some of us, we'll just have to fucking kill. Because now the guy drops it when you kill him. It used to be that if you're KOS, you had to make a second character to get the key, but I ran out of ammo. No, I don't think I have. You're in error where the truth is concerned.
That's hilarious. Project 1999, first soloed by Unchained Fury on May 23rd in the year of our Lord, Kazakh Thul, 2023.
Ooh, a gem collector.
Mm-hmm. I am at 20% mana, though.
Oh, well, you could probably...
See how this goes. Nah, you seem to be doing okay.
Hey, Google, when did Rick James die?
Rick James died on the 6th of August 2004.
Hey, Google, how old was Rick James when he died?
Rick James was 56 years old when he died in 2004.
Yeah, Jake Kaczynski actually ran into him in the airport when he was still alive, and he actually did the "You're Rick James, bitch," and just walked away. Like, good for you, Jake. Good for you.
I mean, the dude did get high and kidnapped a woman, so... Alright, what you get?
Ruby.
Oh, okay.
The regular ruby is more expensive than the star ruby. Even
That's
though
weird.
it sounds cooler, yeah, you'd expect a star ruby to be more, But also the cut looks way cooler on the ruby. It's like, oh, this has actually been cut. The Star Ruby just looks like it's been polished.
Then again, I heard John Wayne Gacy was fucking hilarious if you're a friend of his. But then he was still like, fuck serial killer.
It's amazing. You can be like friends with someone for multiple years and then they just change on you. But brain damage bad, okay.
Oh, there's immediately another named. Okay.
Well, here we go.
I think he was with that band. I don't fucking remember. The 1970s were a long time ago. It also doesn't help that I wasn't alive.
Yeah, I wasn't alive then either.
I remember hearing about a bunch of crazy shit. Alright, what'd we get? Chip Sapphire's alright.
Another 100 plat. Come on, names all the way up.
We did the one in this spot where I'm standing, not the one at the...
Yeah. Correct. Not the foot. Or the seahorse. Or a baby dragon with its mouth open. Ah.
Ironically, he probably would have lived longer if he was still in prison. They don't usually let you do a. Oh, yeah, and the drugs really fucked him up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, especially if you're in a like low security, they let that shit slide all the time.
But if he was regular prison, he probably would have lived longer. How this guy's spawned yet? Ooh.
Look again.
Boom. Okay. Look at that.
Yeah. Generally smooth and not too much trouble. I haven't made you wait too much, have I?
Made me. Oh, what? Wait around?
Cleric?
No. Everything's going okay. My own DPS was causing us to go as slow as it is.
Your DPS seems to be good.
I'm also fucking talking about conspiracies with the guild, but
yeah,
I'm always wondering where everybody leans, because occasionally you hear some shit.
Same thing, different pile. I like that.
The fuck's an X Factor?
The Freemasons and the Golden Dawn have both failed at their stated goal. Yay, another Black Pearl!
Oh, shit. Maybe his shit's contagious.
Nah, it's fine. I actually don't care that much. I'm mostly here for the XP. I'm happy to see you getting diamonds, though.
Yeah, it's a long way to the top, but I'm slowly working my way through.
Yeah, don't worry. You just be back by a fungi tunic at some point. Sorry, I can't even say that with a straight face. Oh, and my epic. Can't forget that.
Yeah, we definitely need to get your epic, but then again,
Doesn't everyone want to just have a on-call 90% res? I mean, I think that's everyone in this game wants that. I don't know, 3 more levels and I'll have a 50%. That's better than nothing. It's your loot.
oh, I guess it is, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, having more clerics, more clickies is a plus for everybody, because you never know when you're going to be in some deep dark pit and some guys will be like, sure, dog, I'll come down with my res stick and give you the clicky. It's just a value added service for the server. Ugh. Alright. As much as I like these slushies, this is just too much fucking sugar. Blech. I've been generally trying to cut out most sugars out of my diet because a while back I did get kind of close to type 2 diabetes. Well, I was still a ways off, but it was getting into like the pre-diabetes category. And I was like, nope, okay, I need to just cut that shit out. And since then, since I've kicked it, like a tiny bit of sugar seems to go a long way now. Where it would be like, nah, I think I'm good after like this little thing.
Well, we got these things called frazzles at my work. They're basically like Frosties. Not Frosties, what do they call them? It's 7-Eleven Slurpees. There we go. And man, there is so much concentrated sugar in that bullshit.
Frazzles.
Yeah, they're called frazzles. And also, if you spill any of that bullshit, it is impossible. Well, not nearly impossible to get the stain off the counter of the
Ugh.
cup. Yeah.
What's it got? Some kind of like hardcore dye or something?
I don't know, but I have to actually get our industrial strength degreaser, and we have it in concentrate. If you actually mix it up in the water you're supposed to, it doesn't work. But if you put the straight concentrate on the stain, it will pull it off.
God damn it. Well, let's defeat the purpose of me pulling him back here. Come here. Come here. Oh, I hit him for like 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage. You got a focus gem behind you, Spawn. I assume you got the terror thingy. Oh
No.
you didn't.
No, I
Nice.
don't. All
So feel
right.
free to just plink arrows at him.
Oh, you rooted him?
Yep.
I'll pull him all the way the fuck back here and try it again. Yeah, she's saying she was in city. Oh, it impacted on you. Okay, that's weird.
I'll move out of the way.
No, I moved. It's fine. I forgot that you can hit another player and it doesn't do any damage but blocks your shot. She was saying she was in City of Mist for like 11 levels and was just fucking tired of it and went to go do something else.
I hear that.
I was like, yeah, I remember doing that on live.
What is he? Heal. He's a 54?
Said he was 36.
No, that isn't what he said. He said, "Is this the place, best place?" So
Oh.
here at the entrance. I would argue no. Well, yeah.
I want to see how big my crits get with the two-hander. You're just gonna let him whoop my ass, huh?
Well, oh, I thought you were putting the two-hander in. I was all prepped.
Nah.
Oh, you still got a 62 crippling blow with a one-hander. 72.
Now I'm gonna pull the Stalag Terror. Because this guy, I'm just missing. You said that in guild.
Oh.
Yeah, one of those faded Salil's. God damn it! Get the fuck out of my inventory. One of those faded pages. You gotta hook me up with a heal before he like eats my face.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Oh, what'd you get gem-wise, by the way?
Chipped ruby.
Oh, okay, nice.
God damn it. This guy's booking it. This is fucking like weird. He is like booking it. He is moving faster than I can net him. He's just goddamn. He's fucking like hauled fucking ass. Oh, I guess it was technically your loot. Do you want this crystal fiber?
No, I think you already gave me one.
Yeah, I thought I did too.
Man, at the moment, because 3 fights back to back was a little rough.
Yeah, no, it's fine. We'll hang out for a minute.
If they accept XR, they'll accept anybody. What is a 36? Apparently, the ideal.
Yeah, it's like what, 34, 22, 36?
Yep.
Oh, popular culture. So what's your mana at now?
50%. So, yeah, you can go totally start it up.
All right.
Yeah, because apparently it's in vogue to cut your dick off.
I don't know. I seem like that's only like happening to a small portion of the population, but it's like way over magnetized or magnified. It's like what do
I'd
they
agree with
what do they call it? Like the
Streisand effect.
it's like called like magnification of the minority. It's when you think this hugely vocal population is a uh, larger substrate of everything that it is.
What you mean? You mean Sweet Baby Ray isn't for everyone? Or when they came out and Warhammer said Warhammer 40K is for everyone except for.
We probably shouldn't be letting Nazis invade spaces, like actual legit ones. And while that's rare, I've personally seen it happen. In fact, I even fronted some shit on that. Oh, hey, look. Because I got told that there's a guy that was an anti-Semite, and he's pretty vocal about it. I told the guys at Wild Things, I was like, I don't know if I like playing with this guy. And they said, you have to play with him because any preferences expressed by a white guy is akin to gatekeeping. Well, then the following week, a straight up like Nazi wearing skinhead showed like full on like swastika shirt, like wearing like all the fucking shit showed up, and then they finally like, oh no, we can't have them there. And I'm like, dog, you're a white person. You just expressed a fucking thing, but I let it go. I was like, all right, at least they're finally drawing a line somewhere. So they were telling me that the thing that I drew a big offense to was like, I didn't say you guys had to kick him out. I said I didn't want to fucking play him. And thankfully, a bunch of the people I was with, including Kyle, were like, we don't want to fucking play him either. We're just going to go down to the night deposit, have a beer. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And that caused a big stir. But now I don't play 40K at Wild Things anymore. I play over at Shiv, and they're a lot cooler. So I think that's yours. See if you got something better than the Black Pearl.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
I say we go till you get the next gem, and then I'm full. I have to sell.
Okay,
And
that sounds
I
good.
also need to actually get some food in me before I have to go to work. Got a few ears for your enchanter. I'm gonna see if I can pull together a whole bunch of stuff. So we can just totally PL you. Just put belts on every single character, including all the inventory and all the bag space. Just dump them on you. Although I could take a bard and run through all of the knoll area by Kanos and just pull everything, then kill it all, and have you loot all the teeth so you can do turn-ins.
Well,
Just keep screaming train as you run through the entire place. It'll be great. Or maybe I'll put a bounty out on the belts and just be like, 2 plat of belts. Hey, here's your gem.
oh, is there one?
Yep.
All right, well, let's look down here. I'm explaining how how OJ ties in. So, okay, all right, give me a second. I'm explaining how OJ ties in the Kardashians.
He was his lawyer, basically, wasn't he? Or were they just friends?
What was Caitlyn Jenner's original name? Or it was or her dead name or whatever. It was fuck.
William Bruce Jenner. Bruce Jenner. I think he went by Bruce. God, I'm already 2 bubbles in. Damn.
Nice.
Yeah.
I only need like a bubble and a half to hit next level.
Wait. So, should the Olympics remove the gold medals from Bruce Jenner then?
Nah, because Bruce Jenner actually doesn't, or Caitlyn Jenner doesn't ascribe to like the strict ethos that the current trans community has.
Okay.
So like dead naming someone isn't that big of a deal. Although she does go by Caitlyn Jenner, it's like it's not the end of the world. Like if that's what you have to worry about, you're doing fine. Is the basic idea.
I had no idea that Bruce wasn't originally the first name.
Come on, die.
Nice.
Alright, what do we get? Oh, trip fire opal. Alright.
Not bad.
Okay. Are you're totally full?
Oh, totally full.
Alright.
Remember, I got some of your stuff.
Oh yeah, I did hand you shit. Wait, why is that corpse not decaying? Oh, it's got one of those.
We're gonna have one more gem.
Oh, okay.
I'll delete stuff.
Well, we're half. She's totally gonna run for president in 2030.
Jenner?
No, Kim Kardashian.
I don't think we'd elect a hobbit, but I could be wrong.
Oh God, no.
What? I was planning on ending it with you getting the last gem, but
No, it's okay. You need money too.
Do I though?
I only have like a handful of fucking things to pick up myself where I'm generally set. It's like Cloak of the Maelstrom, Sash of the Dragonborn, the Cobalt Breastplate first and foremost. Mostly just little shit.
Never worn a waist, so.
Huh? Oh, you're enchanter. I've been keeping an eye out for like braided cinch cord, Giant reminder string or some of the other stuff, and I occasionally see it.
That's pretty much it, though. I mean, she's got...
What the fuck? Big Mike for Michelle Obama? Roger Stone. I'll believe that shit when I see it.
Well, I mean, Barack only had 1 year of being a senator before he was elected.
A year and a half.
You know what I mean. Less than one term.
Yeah.
And he used one of his 3 assassinations with his cook for some weird reason. Probably because he was diddling the boss. Horrible how those really strong, muscular black men for some reason can't swim in a small river.
There's a reason why that's like that. It has to do with biological muscular density, but it's actually not that big of a thing. Now when you what?
Not if you can stand in the fucking river.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed that part.
Okay, we gotta kill one Stalag Terror, and then I'm just gonna sprint it.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Got a little mana. Let's fix that health of yours.
And we gotta figure out how we're gonna sell all this shit.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this character back to town. Maeve is in town. I'll just switch over to her, sell all your shit, and then would you be cool with passing all?
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Nice. All right.
I can't believe I just explained the entire fucking history of why the Kardashians are Kardashians.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, it started in the 1970s with O.J. Simpson being traded to L.A. Then it went from there. If it wasn't for that, we would not have Keeping Up with Kardashians. They allude that, was this Kylie, I think, is way darker and looks different than her sisters. And they believe that she might have been a love child between OJ and the mom who died, I think. Allegedly. That's the conspiracy theory.
Well,
it could just...
news for nothing.
So, that's why things went the way they were. But that is a huge conspiracy theory. Well, not huge. It's actually pretty lame, but...
I guess we made quite a indelible mark on a bunch of people that have been hanging out in Crystal Caverns.
Yeah, they recognized who we were.
I seem to recall we ran into him when we were first starting to.
Were we?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember.
Like
That was ages ago, motherfucker. Ages ago. All right, so I'm handing you all my shit, right?
Let me zero out my money so I don't accidentally split. All right. There it is.
Gems, gems, gems. Doing all the gems.
You may continue.
Got to put on the right makeup.
Not enough camel toe. Oh, just to let you know, the woman I sell to is the wife of the guy that you want to sell outside of town. They
What?
both have the same last name.
I
The dwarf that sells the bandages up here that I was selling to, or the one that was down outside and below, the one we originally started selling to, are a couple.
Oh, okay. I think that's all of it.
All right, cool. Oh, you don't have a lot of bag space.
Yeah, somebody gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nets, and I also still have a stack of 20 crystalline. So, which while you're doing that, I'm gonna go take a tinkle.
Alrighty.
Oh wait, I have 2 stacks of crystalline still.
You made out like a bandit. Shit. Awesome. All right, what do we got? Stuff. All right, Your stuff.
so that's my stuff. Okay.
Well, yeah, got this to sell on the enchanter, so I figured I'd hook you up with this, the stuff you gave me.
Okay.
Then you could either like cordon it off or whatever, and I'll hand you.
Yeah. Let me
Get rid of.
cordon it off. That should do it. Okay, so that should be good.
All right. You made out like a bandit, by the way.
Oh, good.
I'm pretty sure you're over a K.
Sweet. Well, that'll put me a bit closer. Everybody in the guild is a fucking prepper.
Is a what?
Prepper.
Prepper.
Yeah,
Like,
where they have all the emergency stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you still take more or no?
I could take one thing.
One thing. Okay.
Unless you want to hold on to some. Unless you want to hold on to some crystalline silk.
Yeah, sure. I got lots of room.
Okay. Where you is? There you are. Let's see. Is there anything? Yeah. Okay. So I open up 2 spots. You want to give me 2 more things? Let me put this right there. Cool.
That'll work.
Okay.
Okay, first thing I'm gonna want you to hand over is your other things that need to be sold.
All of my stuff.
Yeah, of your stuff. That
Yeah.
way I can just combine it all and hand it over.
Okay.
Right next to you. So
All
just
right.
yours.
Yep. I think it is just. And yeah, we get enough crystal fibers that
Well, yeah,
we
dude,
just
that's what's
fucking.
right. As soon as they drop, I'm just like, okay, here's 5 plat, move on.
Yeah. Because that was a pretty good, like, noob weapon, but we are past noob weapons.
Right. Love me. I have collaborate now. 300 straight faction points just added on to whatever you're doing. There you go. Here comes your money.
Oh, did you already sell all that shit?
Oh, yeah. I'm doing what
Nice.
I'm doing. There you go. Well, I had all the stuff already ready. I mean, I already was just selling. I just had to turn back into a dwarf. And collaborate. All right, you want to throw me the rest?
Yep. I think that's all of it. Unless something's really black. Nope. Looks like that's all of it.
Cool.
Duplicate lore items would result. It canceled the trade.
Because of what?
It canceled the trade. It said duplicate lore items would result. That means you have more than one crystallized blade.
Oh.
Alright, so I'll give you all the stuff that isn't lore.
No, I'll keep the blade.
Was that all of it? It was just that, and the blade, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool. And I crashed.
Oh, jeez.
I'll do that later.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for the awesome run, and I think I'm like more than halfway through the level because of that. So we got a level and a half in that little amount of time, and you made almost $1,000, and I think I have probably about 500 or 600 coming at me. Yeah, about.
Well,
Got the diamonds though. There was what, 2 or 3 diamonds on.
just 2, but still, that's pretty good.
Oh. Remember when a plat was big? I'm just saying. That wasn't that long ago. Like, oh, dude, people are paying $2 a pop for a belt. That's amazing.
That was good times. That guy was giving me like 5 plat a belt back then.
Oh well, that's
And
big now.
And it got me started, so I can't complain.
Got the ball rolling. And I eventually was like, oh, Geos. Oh, I can solo Geos. Oh, I can solo Geos. Let's get everybody else here at different times. Let's just take over this camp, or we'll just call it the Johnson location from now on.
The Johnson location.
Well, apparently we're your guys.
Apparently, oh no, actually we're Wes's guys. We're a Shenkar's crew. Yeah, that's apparently what was going on. I was like, all right, sure, whatever.
So the slackiest version of all of us is the one in charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
I even told him, I was like, bro, you're in charge now. What are we doing today?
Yeah, he didn't like that. I did that too. I'm like, well, I'm the healer. So what are we going to do? He's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, you're leader. He did not like that. He did not take that well. I'm like, okay, well, let's try this. Not really great. Let's go to the other. Yeah, no. Oh, hey, Gia's opened up. Let's go do those. So I will talk to you later, dude. I got to get prepped.
All right. Sounds good, man. You have a good night.
Thanks. You too. Good luck.
Will do.